morning, lovelies. How is everybody today? It is a beautiful Monday, and Astra, little girl here, has decided to be very thankful. She got a little bit of tuna with her breakfast this morning, so she's very loving. She ate her breakfast and then came right over here and wanted to be petted. She's like, "Thank you, Mama. That was a beautiful treat." So I am back from vacation. Wow, what a whirlwind. What a whirlwind. California, back home, Great Falls, and back home again. 2 full weeks of just busy. So, as you can see, maybe you can't see, it's still a little, I have a little sun. I'm a little puffy because I think I'm pretty much allergic to the sun. Every time I get too much, I swell up really bad. I don't respond very well to the sun. But because I'm not quite ready to be back from vacation, I decided to wear my vacation robe, which is actually a Mongolian deal, and my camping mug, the one that I use mostly when I go camping, which has a huge eagle on it, which is one of my symbols on my device for my medieval stuff that I play at. It was a wonderful trip. So today, I had thought yesterday I would plan out like the week's kind of readings, and I went, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna pull the card that fits the energy, fits the day. And this is the card that I pulled. It is Hayaka, Sorceress of Light. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I'm partial to the owl. Anybody who knows me knows that. I love the owl. I love all raptors, but the owl is my special animal. That and probably the koala. Hayaka, Sorceress of Light. No enemy shall defeat you. Not by night, nor by day. Not upon the earth, nor in the soul. You are divinely protected and empowered. You shall fulfill your destiny with joy in your heart and laughter in your belly. Play. Be in nature. Feel the freedom of happiness within you, even in this moment. These are your sacred powers. And with them you shall take every step upon your journey successfully, and nothing shall thwart your divine destiny. Hayaka, a goddess of Hawaii, watches over the sacred dancers of the hulu and the arts of chant, sorcery, and medicine. Hers is the medicine of light, sound, and the ability to penetrate darkness of lower level consciousness, which could overwhelm our sense of spirit, joy, heart, and inspiration with defeatism, despair, boredom, and even terror. The type of onslaught from darkness comes at certain times who's seeking to embody and enact light on earth. One of these times may be when we are feeling strong and making progress. We feel tested to sustain that higher being of awareness even through a challenge. Even another of these times may be when we feel weaker, vulnerable, and perhaps fatigued from challenging time, just not quite able to sum up the quality of joy on our own. Hayaka is said to dwell in the grove of the liua tree, which is sacred to her in the place where she spent her time dancing in the forests. Hayaka's name translates to she who lifts darkness high from uplifting the hip, and Aka means shadow. This patroness of sacred dancers, she reminds us that with a simple movement of our hip, we can move into the dance that connects us with joy. It is said that one of the first things that a shaman will ask of a person who is plagued by demons, or in our modern parlance, unable to summon the energy for their truthful fulfillment and sacred purpose, is, when was the last time you danced? Dancing, whether literally moving your body to music or symbolically in whatever makes your being light up, is a way to invoke aliveness. so that we can tap into the joy that counteracts darkness. Consider what it takes to dance. Make time and space for it in your life. Part of Hayaka's divine purpose is bearing the clouds, providing rain and lightning. Her wisdom reminds us that movement of life itself can be healing. Most modern lifestyles make it difficult to live in an honest relationship with the mind and body. It can be tricky to find the time and place to be authentic and spontaneous and honor our natural needs for expression and flow. Hayaka says that we must be willing to move with the storm wisdom within us, or we shall be moved by the storm wisdom around us. We will be moved by those events which startle us from our routine when we are falling asleep rather than resting and living. Give yourself permission to explore an authentic relationship with yourself. I'm going to stop reading, but there's like 3 pages on that one. Sorceress of Light. I love dancing. Anybody who knows me knows I love dancing. I'm actually going to be making a dancing dress. That's my next big project for me, because I've gotten through a lot of the getting ready for my camping event thing. Everything of that is done. Well, most everything. I just have a little bits and pieces I want to finish for that wardrobe. But the next thing is my dancing dress, because there's a new place that's opened up near us. It's still about 30 minutes away, but it's got a beautiful floor and they have regular music and I can go dancing. And you know what I love? I love dancing. That's actually how my partner and I met, was dancing. And dancing is what brings me this active connection with Mother Earth, with my world around me. Music has flow and energy and vibration. And one thing that I discovered years ago as a child, I've always danced, I've always loved dancing, is that the rhythms of music, everything has a vibration, right? A cup has a vibration, your phone has a vibration, this book has a vibration. That's why synesthesia works the way it works, is that synesthetes, people who have synesthesia, myself, we pick up on vibrations of things, and we're highly sensitive to that, and the wires get crossed in our brains, so things smell like things taste, or things sound like things smell, like the wires get crossed in our brain. And at least that's what scientists think. I think of it differently. I think of synesthetes as people who have the ability to tap into the vibrational frequency of the things, the ideas, the people, the vibrational frequency of the universe that we belong to. That synesthetes have that, it's not an extra sense, it's just a heightened sense around them. And music and dance are part of that connection. You take music that has a vibration, and you take the physical body and the spiritual body that surrounds us, and you meld them together in movement. You allow the body to start vibrating with the vibration of the music. And if you can do that in tandem with somebody, like I found a partner that does it with me, that energy creates its own vibrational frequency. And to me, it's just bliss. It's healing, it's self-love, it's love of the person that I'm with. And I get told all the time, you're just grinning from ear to ear. I'm like, I don't know that. I don't know what's happening, because I'm just in that moment dancing. And today's card, the Sorceress of Light, you are divinely protected and empowered. You shall fulfill your destiny with joy in your heart and laughter in your belly. These are your sacred powers, and with them you shall take every step upon your journey successfully, and nothing shall thwart your divine destiny. New word. Thwart your divine destiny. I think of everybody's got something that they do really well. And if you can learn to tap into that and use that connection, that vibrational frequency, to connect you and your physical body to the universe, you can do anything, right? You can really vibrationally connect to everything around you. You don't have to be a synesthete to know that it's there, because you know that it's there. You're a spiritual being and you vibrate at a frequency. You know, I use these tuning forks on everybody. Every energy session, I'm working with the vibrational frequency of someone's energy body and their physical body. And your physical body wants to be vibrating properly. It wants that. I am reminded that I went on this trip, and the campground that we were at was just full of gopher holes and minefields, and I am a klutz. I think the irony is that I love dancing, I love doing all these things, but I am an absolute klutz on flat ground. And we came home, and we were unpacking. We've been home 12 hours, and I fell, and I twisted my ankle. And I have Ehlers-Danlos, so I have a connective tissue disease where when I'm just really hyper flexible, and it's really easy for me to trip and fall and hurt myself, and not break anything, but just really hurt myself. And I fell when I got home. And as the day progressed, you know, I still did things. I didn't get off of my feet, and I've twisted it now several times since I've been home. But last night or yesterday, when I was resting, truly resting, one of the things that kind of popped up in my head from my guides, kind of like, hey, pay attention, is that all this traveling, the thing that I didn't do that I know that I need to be doing is I should have been doing my tuning fork. I took it with me, and then I didn't do it. It was really hot. I don't do hot well. I kind of like left all of my daily things, other than my meds, I left all my daily things at home. I didn't do any of them. So when I came back from my trip with this idea that I'll just go back to doing what I was doing. But I hadn't picked up my tuning fork, and I hadn't picked up my daily devotional, and I hadn't, I didn't pick up where I left off. Things had changed, and my energy had changed. And so I've been reminded of that several times. I keep twisting my ankle because I'm not truly grounded. I'm not truly grounded in being at home, being back in a routine. And yesterday, or later in the evening, Luke went to go get ice cream, and while he was gone, I did a really, grounding, and I could have gone to bed at that point, actually. I probably should have, but it was just one of those reminders. Your physical body will remind you, right? Your life around you, there are signals that will remind you what you need to do to stay on track, to stay focused, the things that you need to keep things going the way they need to go. So, I was reminded, and today's card reminded me, hey, you've got a dancing dress you want to make next. So I have a project I need to make. I also have like ridiculous amounts of video I need to edit. There's a lot to do, but today's card, the Sorceress of Light, the focus, I think, for me, and maybe for you today, is to know that when darkness seems overwhelming, when things seem to be out of focus, when things seem to be, why do I keep hurting myself? Why do these bad things keep happening to me? Stop. Look at the light around you. Look at your vibrational frequency. Turn some music on. Dance in your living room. Do something that vibrationally connects you into the fields around you. Music and dance are beautiful that way. prayer, meditation, walk outside. Get outside and walk outside. I got a lot of outside the last 2 weeks, which is wonderful. I needed it. I did not need the overwhelming heat that I don't deal with very well, and I don't do sun well. I need to get my parasol fixed. Actually, I need to just get another parasol. I broke mine. Do the things that you need to revitalize your soul. Do the things that need to give you that creative self-expression so that you can connect in and be vibrationally connected to the world around you. Astra is very glad we're home. She's been very loving. I think once she got done being mad at me, she's decided that my lap is where she wants to be. A couple times yesterday, she pinned me down on the blanket next to us. This morning, she said thank you for her breakfast, and she's back in my lap. She's been cuddling up with Luke at night, really cuddling in where he's having a hard time rolling over in the bed at night. She's like, no, don't move. And then as soon as I sit down somewhere, she's like, oh, Mom sat down. I'm going to sit with Mom. So I think she missed us. Our boy fed him. Luke's baby boy fed her, and I know he played with her and stuff, but she missed her people. Didn't you? You missed your people. She is just adorable. Yes, she is. Okay. Well, that is today's daily devotional. I hope everybody had a wonderful 2 weeks. I know it was vacation for me. It wasn't vacation for you necessarily, but I am ready to rock and roll. I've got some business meetings this week. I have some client meetings this week. I am going to be working on figuring out what my third morning to add to my schedule on my webpage will be. I've got myself only scheduled 2 days a week because I'm busy doing other things, and I was prepping for vacation and kind of easing into things. I've been writing on my book, but I think I'm going to add a third day. It'll be a morning. Because I'm working out of my home, I don't have but one evening a week that I can work from home. So those of you that are hoping that I'm going to open up an evening slot, that is not going to be the case for a little while. So it's only days, and right now it's Thursday till noon because my husband comes home, and all day Wednesday. Those are remote or in-person sessions. I am going to open a third day. I just don't know what day it will be. I also have to figure out on my website. I would like to have one day that's just for remote sessions. So those of you that are far away, it won't matter what time because it's all remote, but I can't figure out how to get the website to let me do a split schedule that way. So that is in the works. I'm still writing on my book. I am going to hopefully be talking to an editor in the next week. And those of you that have followed this whole thing with my other job and, well, the other thing that I was doing earlier in the summer that I left and quit, I do have a meeting with a lawyer about all that. So kind of running out of time. I've got about 30 more days before I have to make a decision as to what I'm going to do, if I'm going to do anything. There's always a lot of social pressure that when somebody's been wronged, get a lawyer, do the lawyer thing. This would be the third time in my life that the opportunity to pursue for something has popped up, and they're all slightly different. So it's not like, oh my God, the third time, are you not learning your lesson? No, it's not that. It's, I have to really make a conscientious decision this time as to what is this really going to do? Is it for me? Or is it for someone else? Or is this just another one of those lessons for me in a different way. So I'm going to sit and think about it. I'm going to talk to a lawyer. I promise I won't let it lie if it's meant to be actionable. So you have a beautiful day, my friends, and I will see you tomorrow in prayer. And take Hayaka, Sorceress of Light, into your day today. Really think about vibrational frequency, dance, your connection to the earth. Have a blessed day. See you tomorrow in prayer.